The most important thing in this matter is the security and interests of Poland and Poles, not the expectations of the European elites. This is how Polish President Karol Nawrocki referred to the issue of the largest loan in Polish history under the SAFE program during his speech in the border town of Hajnówka in the Podlasie region. The task of the Polish president is to look our security in the face in Hajnówka at the guardians of Poland and answer the question of whether the SAFE program is good or bad for Polish development and security, calmly, methodically, without bad or good emotions. After the Polish Sejm passed the bill on the SAFE loan promoted by Germany, it will be considered by the Senate, which is controlled by the December 13th coalition. However, according to Polish law, the president has the final say in this matter, and he makes no secret of his doubts. Doubts about transparency, that is, who will receive the funds and on what terms. Doubts about contractors, whether they have the capacity to complete a given project in a very short time, to produce specific ammunition or equipment. And the third doubt, although there are obviously more, but this one is serious because it is of a sovereign and political nature, is the principle of conditionality. As in the case of the National Reconstruction Plan, which according to the opposition, was used by the European Commission as financial blackmail against Poland. The money was only paid out after the Law and Justice government was removed, which was not accepted by the European elites. If Ms. von der Leyen doesn't like something, she already has Poland on a leash. That's what they want. They want Mrs. von der Leyen, Brussels, and the European Union to do this. They have already shown this by attacking the Law and Justice government. But what conditionality are you talking about? The one that is written into the law. There is a clear mechanism in place that every 6 months they will have to ask whether the EU will give a tranche or not, and this will depend on the fulfillment of the conditions. The problem is that these conditions are not specified in advance. This means that the payment of subsequent tranches of a loan, once taken out, may involve an increasing loss of our sovereignty. Either you agree to a change in the treaties that means losing independence, or they will suspend the payment. That is the conditionality you agree to. You want to limit the Polish army's purchasing options to a narrow catalog of weapons, specified by the European Union. This means that we will not be able to buy weapons from the United States or South Korea, even though equipment from those countries is already being used by Polish soldiers. Contractors and subcontractors participating in contracts carried out on a cooperative basis under the SAFE instrument must therefore have their registered office and management structures in the EU, in the member states of the European Free Trade Association, belonging to the European Economic Area, or in Ukraine. After all, the European Union will not defend us against Russia because it has no army. What is the trick? And that is Tusk's hope. Germany will come to an agreement with Russia after peace in Ukraine. And we know that if they come to an agreement, the money that comes from it will go to the next war, which means Merkel 2.0. The December 13th coalition argues that most of this money will be spent in Poland. Poland is the biggest beneficiary of this project. 44 billion euros will go to the Polish arms industry to ensure security. The next point is that 80% of this amount is to be invested in the Polish arms industry in Poland. So this is another boost for our economy and the development of our arms industry. However, the amendment to the bill proposed by Law and Justice, which was supposed to guarantee this, was rejected by the December 13th coalition. There is a difference between a beneficiary and a borrower. If someone takes out a loan, they are not a beneficiary, but rather a borrower and must repay the loan. They are a customer. Poland is to be the largest borrower from the total pool of approximately 150 billion euros for defense for European Union countries. Nearly 1/3 of the total value of the program will go to us. Strangely enough, however, Germany is missing from the list of countries taking out loans for armaments. Poland is of fundamental importance in this matter for the beneficiaries of this program, that is, for the Germans, because if Poland is not involved in this project, 1/3 of the funds will be lost. We are a premium customer. This is probably why the German ambassador was present in the Polish Sejm during the debate preceding the vote on the Safe Credit Bill. Miguel Burger not only personally followed the nighttime work on the legislation, but also urged Polish MPs to work faster via the internet. I followed the SAFE debate in the Sejm, surprising controversy about a program of 150 billion euros, from which Poland gets the lion's share of 44 billion euros. SAFE is designed to boost European defense capabilities. Given the threat by Russia, there is no time to waste. Rafał Bochenek from Law and Justice protested against German interference in Polish affairs. Symbolic, the German ambassador is monitoring the legislative process in the Polish parliament for a bill implementing the German muzzle called SAFE. Mr. Ambassador, if the SAFE program is so wonderful, why hasn't your country decided to use it? And this is the Germans' nervous response. Mr. Bochenek, because Germany has an AAA rating and can therefore get cheaper funding. But because we want to support the rapid development of defense capabilities in Europe, we have agreed under Polish presidency to contribute and co-fund the establishment of SAFE. I understand the ambassador is very interested because, as I said, on the one hand, it is a financial instrument that has been providing the German state with cash for almost half a century. And on the other hand, there are orders that will also work for the German state because German companies will benefit from them, German taxpayers, because they will pay taxes in Germany. So everything is fine. From their perspective, it is a wonderful program, provided that they themselves do not use it. The December 13th coalition is also reacting nervously. Its politicians announced that even the president's veto will not stop them from taking out the loan. The idea here was to set up a separate fund in Poland that would receive money from the SAFE program. So you are saying that even if the president vetoes the bill, elements of it will still come into force through some regulations, right? That is the government's response. I don't want to say that the government has that response. It seems to me that there is a possibility of introducing some of these mechanisms. Interestingly, the SAFE credit on behalf of Donald Tusk's government is managed by Magdalena Sobkowiak-Czarnecka. She was a journalist for TVP and Polsat and is currently the Undersecretary of State for European Affairs in Tusk's cabinet. Last year, she was appointed government plenipotentiary for the Instrument for the Security of Europe. We will continue to talk to the National Security Bureau, as I am determined and will answer questions for as long as it takes to convince the president to sign this bill, because I believe in it. In addition to her work in Tusk's government, Magdalena Sobkowiak-Czarnecka is also associated with the German Marshall Fund. This is an organization co-financed by the German government, which officially lobbies for limiting the presence of American troops in Poland. And during the United Right government, it supported the imposition of economic sanctions on our country.